18.
18 total?
Yeah.
Okay. So that...
You read that?
Yeah.
She's actually, I believe, completely stabilized. Hold on.
No, that was the medical check.
That was just a medical check.
Well then yes, you can tell that she has been poisoned and that she is dying slowly.
Okay. So I use the antidote to stop the poison from spread. No, just let it go.
You read the last thing I wrote, right?
Yeah.
So
fucked up.
So first you use an antidote to stop her from dying?
No, I guess that's not what we're doing right now. So
Just stabilize. Keep her alive.
we're just
That's all you gotta do.
Okay, so you've gotten Nick Blues and her alert that she's dying, or are you just doing this on your own?
Well, should I alert them that she's dying?
No, just keep her stabilized.
Okay, so you let them walk out while you do this?
Yeah.
Blue said the dude told Blue that she was fine, so there's no reason to change the information.
Yep.
Okay.
So what are you going to do, I guess, in that case?
Just keep her alive as long as we can.
Okay, so you're just going to pump her with health packs?
Yep.
Okay, so give me the 3 health pack checks.
How long does it take us for us to get established in some kind of interrogation room or something?
That's a 6.
Well, they need to secure all the evidence first.
That's a 2. And that's a 5. So 13.
Yep.
That ought to be good enough for...
A few turns.
It ought to be good for long enough for this to work its way out to the next step.
And as soon as you do that, you start to hear pew, 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 pew.
That shouldn't affect anything because my technology roll was good enough. That should not be my grenade. That should not be my grenade.
You did not roll high enough.
How high was the DC supposed to be?
20. You rolled an 18.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm dying.
Just use your hero points.
Give me a defense, I guess, to try to not get hit immediately by it.
General Blue's there?
No, he left already.
Wait, last you told us we were all moving together.
I said
We walked out.
You know what?
Because I made that very clear. I asked, did you notify them? And you guys said no, so they had left.
That way we didn't see you sticking
I'm going to
her
make a
with the health
technology
packs.
check to disarm it.
Oh. Because I just rolled for the actual explosion. And it was a nat 20.
Well, fuck it. I'm dead. I'm re-rolling a new character.
So hold on,
because you might not actually die from
this
it.
explosion then? It's
I will.
Sergeant Zinni.
Will you?
Yeah.
Remember, he got,
Hold on.
shot
I
up
got
pretty
shot the
bad
fuck
early
up.
Hold on. You said you were explicit, but I have some questions. Okay, so when we separated, it was... I know I got left behind.
Yeah, you're
at
above
the very
ground.
top,
You're
yeah.
above
And then
ground.
my understanding was that everybody else was going to some kind of detainment area, right?
Right. We dropped
Blue,
her.
him,
We
and like
dropped-
3 other guards.
We dropped
Yeah.
Zenny.
Some other
in
guards are
the
going
holding
to die as well. And you might actually have a collapse of the base a little bit too, along with it, because of the acid.
So
'Cause that's
Blue
gonna
was
melt,
also in this
'cause that-
explosion? Because they were moving all together, was my understanding.
No, we walked out.
Because I asked.
Used a
So
med
after I got separated from you guys, there was an additional separation.
Yes. Because they all went down together, put Zenny into the cell, and then Nick Blue talked to her for a little bit, confirming your story. And then after that was confirmed, they both left, and then she started to try to heal Zenny.
I'm also curious about the grenade. How is it supposed to function?
It was supposed to be under your control, but since it was just 2 points shy of your control, it was enough that you were able to set it off to be an explosive device, but you weren't able to set it to be controlled. And so it ended up being set off early instead.
You left the oven on.
Yeah, and turn the gas stove on too.
Well then,
I think it's reasonable to say
that's okay. This new character.
you were on top
That's
of
stronger.
managing Zinni the whole time. Nothing would have gotten under your nose
It's
like
okay. It's okay. The rolls that I just made for this new character, I'm all right with. It makes up.
So let's see. Well, I want to actually see if you die first before we start really going into it, because I don't.
So it's 46 and it's non-soakable and it's acid damage. I'm dead.
Okay, what's your how much did you have left?
22 health.
You are alive. I rolled 7.
You rolled 7 damage?
Hold on, let me roll that again.
What was the number you rolled before? Was that attack?
And you've natural 20, so it's doubled.
Oh, yeah.
14.
And
Still 14. But you said you had 22.
yeah.
So you are alive, but
You would still be
barely.
And
alive.
actually,
And-
I rolled the wrong thing. I rolled a d4. I rolled d6 this time. It's still 24. You're still alive.
I'm dead now. It's 22.
22.
Oh.
I'm dead.
Okay.
So I'm fine with that.
Two birds, one stone, I guess.
Oh well. Yeah. Well, actually, more than 2 birds. You killed a few. You killed a few blue coats while down
All
there too.
the witnesses.
And the ones that are alive, oh, I get to roll for the
That would be
sanity damage.
that would be you guys. You might actually be hit by the gas at least.
Did you just cause a ground zero?
Because you wouldn't be
infection
far
down there?
enough away from the gas.
Everybody that's alive still with the sanity stuff is 16 damage. Neg 16 sanity, just poof.
That's not me, is it?
That'd be you and Nick. You guys weren't. You guys started to leave. You guys aren't far enough that you would get away from the gas. You're far enough away from the explosion, but not the gas. Because the gas will travel further.
Is there not a roll to resist psych damage?
Unless you're Nymerian, no.
That's a very specific.
Because we make it
Like
ourselves.
all other organic creatures are just absolutely just
I think.
straight up.
Well, if it's the slap, there's. If it's like him touching you, there is a DC check, but it's really high.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have an environmental suit?
Yeah, I'm in an environmental suit.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah. So actually, the gases are safe for her. Nick, on the other hand.
Not so much. So he's got 16. Just roll for the 4 things he don't have.
5.
5
I mean,
things.
3, sorry.
The 3 things he don't have.
Yeah.
Well, man, everything's gonna look like we wanted it to, except for the you being dead part.
Yeah, that's okay.
That actually makes it look better.
It was a worthy sacrifice.
It was. Because the rolls that I got, my God. I'm so happy.
So he does not have tics, he is not mute, and he does not have OCD. He has everything else.
Yeah, he's batshit crazy.
Yeah, and you have to deal with him.
Because
He's your bro.
he is awake, which means he sees you as a threat. Greencoat, what are you doing here? And he starts to get his gun ready to fire.
God,
Just goes Bane.
the Galactic
What are you doing
Republic
here?
or whichever is gonna implode on itself.
Well, this is Nick Blue now.
Yeah. So, do you wish to
Greencoats
try to
didn't even
defend
have to
yourself
do
before he
anything.
hits you? You get a reflex attack since you saw this coming.
Yeah, I'd like to possibly defend myself. That would be great.
So when you roll your reflex, you will get, you basically get advantage.
I get advantage. Nice. Alright. So, this is 18 for a 17. I'll
You
take
are,
it.
he missed you.
Okay, cool beans.
I killed you, brother. He thinks you're Nick Green.
Obviously.
Initiative roll.
Question.
Uh-huh.
With this gas making you go batshit bonkers crazy, there's like no reasoning with you, right? You're like,
There is no reasoning with him.
yeah, okay.
Out of game, yeah. The
I
only
guess
way
it depends
the
on
only
your
way
reason
you
roll.
the only way you could potentially get him out of it is
Get him
a
with antipsychotics.
what was it? You did
You gotta
get him
slap
with
him with
a what was
antipsychotics
it?
and shit.
Because you did reason with T'sub.
Yep.
What was it? What did you roll?
I had to roll a DC 22. It was a weird DC.
It was. I think it was like a 20, but you rolled a 22 or something.
Yeah, it was.
Now we're playtesting the system.
So it would be a DC 20.
It would be the DC 20.
What would you roll? What did you roll?
Persuasion? No.
Or charisma or whatever.
It was charisma. Yeah.
Yeah, charm. DC 20. Basically, you have to convince him. It's really high though. Or you can just straight up try to stick him with the antipsychotics.
I think the charisma check on this is more or less you like trying to attempt to like grapple with their like psychosis.
Yeah, you're basically trying to get them out of it enough to like communicate.
Snap him out of it. He has
Yeah.
Oedipus complex. Tell him his mom's in the next room.
Oh dear God.
Like, I don't know what to do with these crazy people.
Would that be charm?
Is
or would that be, like,
there a
psych?
lounge, a chaise lounge anywhere around so you can ask him about his problems?
It'd be charm in this case because you're trying to convince him you're on his side, considering he thinks that you are Nick
Or-
Green currently.
Or you could probably do a psyche check.
Well, that's why she was asking that.
Oh, right.
But I would say in this case because you're trying to convince him,
Okay.
or you can just straight up try to inject him with the antipsychotics if you have any.
I do have antipsychotics.
That would be I would count that as a melee attack because it is a
Because he's combative.
yeah.
Because
Well,
it's a thing.
well, because you're using a
thing, not your
a
bare hands.
non-weapon thing, yeah.
Improvised
Improvised weapon, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which basically doesn't mean anything for me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that would improve or
No.
negate anything in terms of whether that would be a smart strategy or not for you.
Well, I obviously realize it's the gas, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You,
I realize it's a
especially considering he's talking about his brother.
Right, okay. That's what I think. So I guess I'm going to try and shoot him up with antipsychotics then.
Okay. So go ahead and give me the melee. So that's going to be... You're probably going to get him. It'd be a might added. It's the might added to it whenever you...
It's going to be a 15.
Alright. So that is enough because I only got a 7 on the defense.
Oh, well, that is terrific.
Alright, so you immediately inject him with this thing.
Right.
And is that also a D4?
Antipsychotics, I think, are a
Yeah.
D4, yeah.
Okay. You're probably not going to get him out of it, but
He's like neg 16 or some shit, so probably
Yeah.
not.
no.
Not with a D4.
No, you'd have to put him in with more stuff. But no, you got to get him all the way back to a 1 before he gets rid of all of his things. So he's stuck with everything until...
But, oh wait, so like he doesn't get rid of any of them as I bring him out of it?
Mm-mm.
None of it drops off?
Nope, it's a all or nothing.
Oh, fuck. Well, let's try it. Let's see how this goes. That's a 4.
Alright, so you managed to at least get him to neg 12.
But how many doses do you have there? Are you shooting them with all your doses?
I don't actually know how many I have, so...
I think you only had the 1, because I gave everybody just 1.
Oh, yeah, and I hadn't been to
Well,
the
it'll be
market.
a little bit less crazy when he tries to kill you.
Yeah, now he's at neg 12.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we could argue that maybe since you used antipsychotics, he's lost 4 of the things.
Psychotic thing is that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, as you bring him out, he loses a little
Yeah.
bit less. Like, he loses some of those
So let me see what you lost. He no longer has nightmares.
Okay, that's good.
He no longer has a phobia. And you know what? He shouldn't even be attacking you. He should be unconscious.
Oh.
Because that overrides all of them.
Oh.
Unless he loses it right here.
No, please don't lose it. Did you lose it?
No.
He's still crazy.
Okay, he's unconscious.
So he lost nightmares, insomnia.
Wait, why would he be unconscious if he was less crazy?
Well, he technically should be unconscious right now anyway.
He should have been unconscious to begin with.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been fighting me.
But like his HP is full.
Right, but he. That's
it's,
one of the.
It's one of the
psychotic
side.
thingies.
It's one of the side effects of
It's
being.
one of the psychotic thingies.
Mhm.
So you get psychotic enough and you go unconscious, and if you're unconscious, you can't be doing batshit crazy shit.
I feel like this really needs to be ironed out.
No, it's there.
The psychotic thing.
I think the psychotic thing is fine. We just need to work on getting people out of it, and also what happens with people that start with low sanity.
Yeah.
I mean, because it functionally means you have like, for a damage type that like can't be blocked, right? And most players functionally have 1 hit point against this type of attack. Yeah, it seems like Nightmare Fuel is like a magic missile in effect.
Well, also
Nuclear in consequences.
it's also supposed to be harder to get than it has been. It's because we've had a character that has easy access to it. If it wasn't
But
for
imagine
And also,
imagine a party of level 10 players, right?
Mhm.
One nightmare grenade goes off, could functionally TPK the party.
It's not. I wouldn't say TPK. It would just.
Well,
They
if
all
everybody
crazy.
goes crazy simultaneously.
I specialized in sanity damage. That's why I did so good. Normally, you would probably get 2 or 3 sanity damage off at the best. Minimally, I did 5. And I crit a couple of times, so that's why it was like 16.
But yeah, so he actually goes out after you give him that first dosage.
Cool. So I guess I'm gonna like.
Try to get a medic.
I guess like try and drag him up out of the gas or whatever.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the depths, you hear gun in the depths of the base. You can hear gunfire going off as.
Right, because everyone's insane now. So I'm just gonna like try and quietly drag him out of danger.
You have caused utter chaos for Blue HQ. There has not been an attack on Blue HQ like this since the beginning of the Coat Wars.
Yeah.
Yup. It's in the second chapter of the book.
Yep, I read that.
There has not been an attack of Blue HQ on this level since. So basically.
Like in a long time.
So it's basically been like a year or two since it's been a while.
Yeah.
Because the war wasn't that long.
Right.
And this is very short after the war ended.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sucks for people because it's like, oh, I guess even though we defended against the Greencoats, we're still really undefended.
So we just had a successful green coat Sergeant Zinni.
Yeah.
Just terrorist attack plot
Yep.
that we were trying to alert the general to.
Oh, I mean,
You ended
fell
up making him
victim
go batshit crazy instead. Along
Is
with
that the end
like.
of the session? Can we play our cards and show everybody what happened?
Yeah, we'll call it the end of the session with you going up with bringing him to a medical facility.
Yeah.
That way he can be dealt with.
Hopefully they can pump him full of antipsychotics. And I need to go buy more. Obviously.
Yep. All right.
that went well.
So this went super dark. That's fine. Yep. Let's see. So you guys actually did do that side quest, so I can actually mark that off.
As the one where
For the housing one, yeah.
the husband.
Yeah.
The husband
That
that
was fun.
died very, very brutally.
Oh, and he was working for a Jokia. Eric.
And which one's that one?
That's the crime lord from the Masquerade.
Oh, okay.
And Jokia is in on the super formula stuff and other experimental stuff.
All right.
In case you want to actually invest in us, you can go to the Patreon page that we talk about in every video. And you can become a Patreon, and at the lowest level, you will automatically gain access to the playtests